Anthony here for D News, and there's been some growing concern about the future of the man part of mankind. See, sex chromosomes come in two types, X and Y. If you have two X's, you are physically female. If you have an X and a Y, you're a male. But a couple years ago, researchers noticed that the Y chromosome, once a proud carrier of 1,400 genes, just like the X, has been shedding them over the last 200 million years to the point where it's only got 27 to its name, including the SRY gene, which is the one that makes someone male. Yes, there is a shrinkage joke in there somewhere. I acknowledge that. Let's move on. We think that the Y's downsizing began as a protective measure. Humans have sex and they exchange DNA, they mix genes. Genetic diversity makes us healthy and resistant to things. But here's the deal. If the SRY gene managed to sneak off a Y and onto an X during that exchange, all of a sudden, all chromosomes would carry maleness, and that's no good because it could mean no more females. So the Y chromosome created sort of a no-fly zone around itself. No genes get in, no genes get out. And at first, it was just around the SRY gene, but then it began to cover more and more of itself until only a few genes were allowed to be exchanged. Well, with all those genes not moving or changing, and evolution taking its course over millions of years, all those Y genes became old and busted and useless. So the Y just started getting rid of them until there were only 27 left, and with the SRY gene seeming to be the only useful one of the bunch. Meanwhile, the X has been shedding too, but because it was less protected, it's been able to grow and change more. So now we got 800 genes in our X and 27 in our Y. Now what happens if the Y just shrivels away? I'm really bad with word choice today. Some researchers said it might happen in the next 5 million years, and that could be okay. Certain voles and rats in Europe and Japan don't have a Y chromosome or SRY, and they have plenty of males of the species running around. We don't know how, but researchers are studying their genes to find out. But the Y is probably not going anywhere. Research just published this week in PLOS Genetics says that not only is the Y chromosome still important, its shrinking days are over. They compared the Y of 8 African and 8 European men, and they saw a lot of variation in their genes, and that those genes all seem to be important for male fertility, meaning that natural selection is still at work in the Y, and it wasn't so much shrinking as it was just becoming more efficient. So, it looks like men are not disappearing, but just in case, let's all meet up this weekend to read Y the Last Man and watch Children of Men, because it never hurts to be prepared, people. Speaking of which, let's have some sci-fi fun. If men were going to disappear in, say, 100 years, what would your game plan be to keep humanity rolling? Would we even be missed? Let me know down below and subscribe for more D News.